Hi everybody, I'm Zilla Blitz and welcome to our brand new adventure with Euro Truck Simulator 2, the Promods career. This is the fourth episode of our career. We just bought our new truck here, a MAN truck. It's basically bare bones with just a slightly upgraded engine. We're in the countryside in France right now, near Valenciennes, and we have a load of tomatoes to take up into London. Let's get started. Now, interestingly enough, there are a couple of very sharp turns here, and I don't know if Promods... I don't know what Promods does, but I feel like some of the turns in this game now with the Promods on it are a little bit more adventurous here. So we're going to get out of go this way, I think, right? Out of this little farm here and head up towards this road. But even like this turn we'll see right here, this is brutally sharp turn here. Like, I don't know if we can actually make this without going off into the fields over there on the other side, but challenge accepted. I mean, this is really narrow and it's a sharp turn and we have a long trailer. It's kind of like, what are we supposed to do here? But we'll try our best here to make this corner. We're going to have to go in the field. We're going to have to go in the grass over there a little bit, I think. Can we make it out this way? Can we go really wide? We're going to hit that fence, I think. Oh, maybe we got it. Ooh, that was tight. I don't feel like these sharp turns are in the regular game. Now, there's another one coming up right here as we get out to the main road. Again, there's a house on the left, and it's a really sharp left turn. So I feel like this one up here is going to be challenging as well. But that was fun. I don't know if this is like one of the towns that's added in Promods, in which case they kind of throw some more challenges at you like that. But I like little things like that where it's a little bit less straightforward. Like, I feel most of the base game is designed so that you can maneuver through it without really any kind of specifically insane driving challenges and stuff. But we'll see. Oh, look, there's actually a question mark. Oh, I almost hit that car. This turn right here, Petite Forêt. Hang on, I want to check out too. There's a map question mark up there. I want to see if we want to go get that too. Yeah, we're just going to add this out of the way. It looks like a dealership, and we could actually upgrade our transmission there instead. So let's go check. Well, we're going to check it out anyway, so let's go check it out. So we will continue on here. But this will be a very tight left turn here.
Turn left.
Look at this. We got hedges on one side, and we got to come really close to these hedges. I guess a left turn's not bad because we're going into the right lane, right? But we have to be careful poking our nose out here, too. I don't want to get clipped by a car. Look that way, look that way. Here we go. Three guys over there chatting. We're going to just take a really wide turn here. Hopefully we can make it. Nice, no problems. All right, no worries there. That was actually a little bit easier than I thought. We'll get on our way. Let's touch base. We've got a lot of things to talk about. I want to check a mailbag, kind of going through some people's comments and stuff like that. I want to kind of talk a little bit about some of the upgrades. We got question marks to see. We'll check out our route shortly too, but let's go pick up this question mark first, and then we'll get on our way. So right down on the left here in Valenciennes is this Renault? Nice. Let's go in and pick this up. We're going to discover this. That'll allow us to buy Renault trucks in the future, which is good. And there is a mechanic here. So let's go get our transmission upgraded in here. So slide right in here. Slide over here. This should help with the performance of the truck significantly, I think. Well, at least noticeably. Like, maybe not significantly. I'll be right back. All right, so it looks like this transmission just adds a retarder onto it, but it's only going to cost us $10,000 with the discount. So I think we should get it because it looks like the performance here on the right, normal cargo, heavy cargo, and hills traversal will all help here. So let's spend that money there, leaving us only €1,000 now. We'll probably be in debt by the time we finish this job. But with the new transmission in, I think we are now a one step better truck here. So I'll turn this around, we'll get back out here, and just as we get towards the highway here, I want to kind of show you the route today because I think we have a lot of interesting things to check out on the way. So, and not only that, but we have unlocked a Renault dealer, which gives us a new dealership in this game. That's always good. Let's get back to the highway here. We'll see you in a few minutes. Alrighty, so we are on the highway, just went through our first French toll booth, and let's take a look at our route today, because we're going up to London, and it's part of our big adventure, which is Reykjavik or bust. The goal for the stage one of this is to try to get all the way up to Reykjavik, but again, it's kind of a destination that we don't really care if we get to. So it's kind of, well, I mean, we care if we get to, but we're not in any hurry. So I definitely want to kind of take my time, enjoy the journey, wander about, check out some of the villages and towns along the way, as we kind of eventually hope to get to the western side of Iceland. But let's take a look at our map for today and check out the route. So here's our map. We started in Valenciennes. We're going to kind of move our way up through Calais. Now, there is right in here, oops, I want to reschedule that. We want to check out this dealer, this question mark, and this question mark here as we go through Calais. Then there'll be a vista point right before we get onto the ferry across the water to London, and then there is a question mark here in Dover that I want to check out as well. And from there, we're going to make our way straight up into the heart of London. Now, just to give an idea, what kind of what my thinking is for the future too, I would like to, from here, go up towards Fishguard, or perhaps, Fishguard here, and then we're going to cut across, explore Ireland a little bit, then cut across in the northern part of Ireland up here to the western side of Scotland, drive around Scotland for a little bit, maybe check out some of these islands on the northwest coast of Scotland. That looks really cool. Then eventually get to Thurso here and take the ferry up to the Faroe Islands. Then from the Faroe Islands, make our way to the east coast of Iceland, and then wander about Iceland, ending up in Reykjavik before we decide what the next stage in this journey will be. So now this is probably going to take us like, I don't know how many episodes, because I don't want to get there fast. I want to actually get there as slow as possible, and especially when we get to the new territory up here in the part of Scotland and Ireland and stuff like that. That's all the new Promods stuff. So that is our rough plan. And for today, I think we've got, it's 12 o'clock? It's a little bit past noontime on Tuesday afternoon now, game time. This is only the second day of our career too. So we are very young. Just drove 3 deliveries yesterday, starting out here on our second day. We got our new truck and a bank load and stuff like that. We'll arrive, looks like about 5 o'clock on Tuesday, which seems a little bit surprising to me. I thought it was going to be longer with the ferry, but I guess we'll sort that out as we get going here. Anyway, we'll kind of make our way across the stretch here of France up to the coast, and then we'll check in as we get closer to Calais. Bunch of things to check in the mailbag too, so we'll check that as we get closer there too. Making our way close to the ferry here, we are going to do that detour through Calais to explore all of the question marks coming up here. Been a nice easy drive so far. We've got about 4 hours left. Calais discovered. Interestingly enough, so we played several hundred hours in the original Euro Truck Simulator 2 career mode, of 110 videos and things like that. Never been to Calais in the game, in the original one. It's like one of the last French cities. This is like one of the third cities we're going to in this one. So just goes to show you how differently you can play the game here. Here is our new dealer. It's a man dealer. It doesn't help us out because we've already found one, but it's still nice to unlock them here. So man truck dealer discovered. Excellent. Now we'll go around to the right and pick up our recruitment agency, and then we should be able to head back up to the ferry. Excellent. This is good to uncover these things. There we go. Recruitment agency on the left-hand side. Somebody at the vending machine looking for a job. Maybe he'll be driving for us soon. All right, so this was Calais. We'll check in as we get closer to the ferry. All right, we are at the coast. We can see our ferry route here, and if I remember this from being here before, there is a lot of winding and zigzagging about down around here. It's slow driving, and you kind of just take your time and go through it real slow and easy, but it's a nice little kind of obstacle course to navigate as you're trying to make your way onto the ferry here. With that in mind, I thought we could do now is to take, if I can do these two things at the same time, is to take a look at some of the comments from the previous episode, because there was a lot of interesting things that were brought up. First up, I mentioned the Kentucky Fried Chicken in Valenciennes, saying like they cannot have Kentucky Fried Chickens in France. That sparked a good bit of conversation, saying that yes, actually there are Kentucky Fried Chickens all over the country. Nerdy Nana said here there's 35,000 person town, and she has 2 of them there, as well as Pizza Huts, but you can't eat in the Pizza Hut and stuff like that. Someone thought there wasn't. Who was it here? Let me get this. So yes, it was Craig Stemler that said that there's a bunch of KFCs in France, but they don't have any in Paris. And then Cardboard Big Geek said no, in fact they do have at least 3 Kentucky Fried Chickens in Paris as well, at which point Craig Stemler said his faith in French culture has been destroyed. But yes, color me stuff. I just can't imagine a French person in Paris sitting down and eating at a Kentucky Fried Chicken. That goes against like every stereotype we have of French cuisine and attitudes of French people towards their own cuisine. I'm just absolutely stunned that there's Kentucky Fried Chicken and Pizza Hut all over France. So I thought that was an interesting discussion. Thanks to everybody who posted comments as well. There might be a few I didn't mention, but it was interesting to read all the information about Kentucky Fried Chickens in France. So I guess it is not an anomaly that we saw one in Valenciennes. I'm going to make this corner, or are we going to... Oh, nice. Doing pretty well on corners and stuff like that here. This is an interesting little drive as well. Another thing I wanted to talk about is I mentioned in the last episode that I added the Middle East expansion to the map, and then D Cowboy posted and said I should also check out the Great Step mod, which you have to kind of add a map connector mod to get that to work too, but that sounds good. And then Road to Asia is another one that I never even knew about. So thank you to D Cowboy for posting that. I will definitely check those out. I'm not sure how many exactly I want to add. I have a nice little viewpoint up here, but I do think it would be good to add them. So I definitely want to, I mean, if we're going to add maps, let's add maps, unless it really kind of breaks down the performance of the game or something like that. Let's see what we got here. Viewpoint. Enter. Port of Calais. This is quite the adventure here going through this port too. This looks like quite a porty port. It's pretty neat scenes here. I mean, it's all kind of the same thing, but heading on to Calais 9. This is fun to do. I mentioned this, I kind of broken record here. Oh, that's a cool shot. That's our ferry right there. So, looks like a marvelous day to head across the channel to London. Alrighty, here we go. Let's get on this boat. I'm curious to see how much of a journey there is once we get to the other side of the port here. It says 3 hours and 39 minutes, which maybe that's right. I'm not quite sure. Usually the time gets all messed up here because the ferry and stuff like that. We are on. Let's blink our eyes and go to London. Or go to Europe. United Kingdom. England. Embark. 1 hour and 31 minutes. Oh, it's kind of cool. You get your own little splash screen. Oh, because they have to add a lot more ferries in Promods too. This is the one that goes to Norway. Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm really impressed with how much has been adding. I'm really curious to see what the new countries and the new cities and stuff like that look like. All right. How do we get out of here? Oh, straight over that ramp. 2 hours and 1 minute left in our journey. So let's get out here. Our lights on? Our lights are on. Good. Let's get out here. Please drive on the left side of the road. Oh, right. Good point. Thanks for the reminder, Euro Truck Simulator 2. We are in the United Kingdom. Most excellent. So left side of the road is here. Do not enter on the right side of the road. I wonder how many people screw that up, like right when they get off the ferry. There must be signs like all over the place to make sure that people don't screw that up, right? Because I can't be the first one to just get off the truck here and just kind of say, car, let us go. It's tough. We're on the up ramp here. All right, now we can go. Let's go. Not much pickup in this truck. These tomatoes are heavy, I think. We will try to kind of manage, I think, lighter loads here. Those olive trees were really light, and I think this is a little bit heavier. But so far, so good. We're managing it okay. And I think we're going to climb levels pretty fast in the beginning, so I'm hopeful we can upgrade the engine, the transmission, and stuff like that, and move forward with it pretty quickly as we go through this. But we'll get a little bit further down the road. We're going to check out this dealership here in Dover, or it might be a recruitment agency in Dover, and then head on our way. Dover discovered. Most excellent. You do have to make a right turn up ahead. So let's check in a little bit more down the road. The turning, so I lived in Japan for about 4 years, and Japan drives on the left side too. And when you're first adjusting to it, it's always the turns that screw you up, because you come through the intersection and you just kind of automatically aim for the right side of the road. It's just ingrained in you. And so every time, even just now as I was turning, it's like I'm heading towards the right. It's like, oh, nope, there's a car there. Gotta go left. So to kind of reorient yourself to doing it. Alrighty, around the corner here. I feel like I've been actually driving pretty well here. This is a cool town. Look at this. This is really nice. It definitely looks UK-ish for sure. Now, up here on the right, we have our agency, and we'll have to make a U-turn here.
Turn right, and then turn left.
All right, let's check it out. We'll have now, I think, 3 agencies discovered. I think what I'll do here is try to make a U-turn in the parking lot. Oh, this is kind of small. This may not have been the smartest decision
Okay,
here, but
let's find a new route.
let's do this. We got this. It's gonna be a sharp turn, but I think we got it. Recruitment agency discovered. We don't have any trucks. Oh, nice. That worked out pretty well. Thank you, nimbleness of European trucks. All right, so we'll get back on the road here, drive through the rest of Dover, and then head up on towards London. We'll check in as we get to about an hour left or so before we reach London. Oh, check it out. White Cliffs of Dover on the left-hand side there. That's really cool. Oops, didn't want to do that. That's kind of cool. I like this mod that allows your camera to extend the distance because we can get a nice picture of our truck so much better than we can with just the general view there. So, White Cliffs of Dover, already in our career. We've seen a lot of stuff so far. The truck is basically stalled out now because I hit the parking brake instead of taking a picture. But anyway, we'll continue on. It's going to take us a while to get back up to speed on this hill now. So about an hour and a half left. We will continue on past the White Cliffs of Dover and start our way up into London. About an hour left in our journey, and one last thing I wanted to chat about before we approach London here. David Roy mentioned in a comment on, it wasn't the previous Euro Truck Simulator, but one of the earlier episodes on this new channel, that he's been getting advertisements in the middle of the videos now. And I've watched a couple on a different channel. I usually review the video after it goes up on YouTube and take some notes and stuff like that on things I want to try to improve and everything like that, and things I like with the video. So I always kind of rewatch one video after I post it. And I've been getting ads in the middle of the videos too. Just to be super clear, that's not me, because this is a new channel. And by the way, I think a bunch of people, not a bunch, but a few people have reached out and said, I think people are watching without realizing this is a new channel. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, I don't usually ask for these things in the video, but subscriptions greatly appreciated as it connects to this thing about the ads in the middle of the video. I hate ads in the middle of the videos. They are so annoying. I despise them. But until you get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watched hours, you can't control the ads. So if you're getting them, that's. I just want to let people know that's not me. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours, you will never see an ad in the middle of the video, because I can control them and turn them off then. So I do apologize for that, but there's nothing I can do. YouTube basically says if you don't have 1,000 subscribers and people haven't watched your videos for 4,000 hours, you can't. We do whatever we want with the advertisements. So I apologize for that, but there's nothing I can do. They bug me because they usually come like almost like mid-sentence sometimes. And so you're listening, watching, and then it's suddenly this commercial about something else. There's no natural breaks in it either. So yeah, I will never put those in a video on the channel. I usually run them on the other Zilla Blitz channel. I run them at the beginning of the video, and they're skippable. And I feel like that's, I mean, they do help bring in money for the channel and stuff like that, and help support some of the costs and everything like that. So it's nice to have them, but I feel like skippable at the beginning is a reasonable thing to ask. But I don't like them in the middle at all. So, and I imagine if I ask people, like, nobody likes those, right? You don't like those. Everybody must despise ads in the middle. But anyway, we've got about 12 minutes left to get to our journey. We are in, I couldn't have timed that any better. Oh, I couldn't have timed that any worse either. Speed plus 13, 340, that's a lot. We don't have that much money left. What do we have? 840 euros. Well, we're gonna get some now for this. Hopefully, this is making me a little bit nervous here.
Now.
Exit now? There? Oops, we're on the wrong side. Okay, we'll fix it. Don't panic, everybody. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we got this. Hopefully that police officer didn't see any of that.
Keep left.
Okay.
And then turn left.
Chatting, trying to remember that we're driving on the other side of the road and talk about ads in the middle of videos was a little bit tricky there at the same time. But no damage done. 340 euro fine though, boy. And I think we're gonna have to pay for our loan pretty soon too. So that's gonna wipe out even more money. We'll be in the negative. Well, we'll get 6,000 for delivering our tomatoes here. That'll help us out. But yeah, money's gonna be tight for a while, it would appear. Especially if we consistently upgrade the truck, which I kind of want to do anyway. But, okay, there's London to the front here. Now, someone did mention, I forget who it was, they mentioned that there is a specific, like a London reworked mod for the game that you can add in addition to everything else. But I'm not sure I want to add some of those city ones, because we probably won't be spending too much time in any individual city, and it's kind of a lot of work to install them, to put them in. Well, not a lot, but it's, it's a thing to do, and if we're only going to be there once or twice, then I might not do that. But this does look cool. I think London has been reworked a little bit for the... I better slow down. Stay in lane. Part-time signals. What does part-time signals mean? They just work like weekends? That's part-time? So sometimes they're turned off, I guess. That makes sense. But it's a funny... We wouldn't say that in the US. We would not call them part-time signals. Because part-time worker is like someone who just works kind of very randomly. Which I guess is... I guess that makes sense. I don't even know what we would call part-time signals in the US. There must be some... I know it's not part-time signals because I've never seen that before. And I have no idea what they're called in the US. If anyone knows, let me know. Like, what do we call... I assume it's a traffic light that isn't always functioning. But I have no idea what we... I think we just turn them off and let people figure it out. But, yeah, that's interesting. Okay, 4 minutes to go here. We'll see you as we get close to it. I hope we get a nice 90 parking. London bus. This is actually really cool. We haven't been to London in the game in a long time. I don't think in the original, the career mode, I didn't spend much time in London. Kind of went through it a couple times real quick. But I'm not sure. I vaguely remember making a delivery there, but this is actually pretty cool. Now, what should we do for our evening in London here? Because it's Tuesday about 6 o'clock, and we kind of do need to sleep. So I think it's time to relax here. This looks adventurous. Got a London bus coming at us from the other way here. We are dropping tomatoes off. There's nothing here. It's like an old place on... Oh, it's like a little farmer's market maybe there? But this is bizarre. There's a couple guys sitting on the trash cans. The containers over there. Construction and a little bit of a bench here. They can't be taking a whole load of tomatoes here. 40. Oh, confirm. Okay. Right there. How does that look? That's actually somewhat moderately challenging here because we've got no room in front. That's not a 40. That's gonna... How do we do this? Okay, I think what I'm gonna do here is actually back up into the road and then pull right into it, past it, and see if I can just nudge it back in. It looks like it's going to take a little bit of adjusting here for it. So, okay, we'll get busy. This guy's watching us park here too, but now I think I can just shoot past it here. And I think it's going to take some nudging to get this in. I don't think this is going to be easy. I want to get really close to the fence up on the top right there. Pull it right over in here. But then we're going to have to pull... around it here? This is not a 40. Seriously, people. Give me no room to park this. Unless we can get it right there. Oh, actually, look at that. If we pop this mirror up, we look out the window here, we're kind of right in line with it. So the question is, can I get it straight quickly enough? Nope, did not give it to us. Yeah, we're close, but I didn't get it right. There we go. Just took a couple little tweaks, and now we have our tomatoes in London. Not perfect, not clean, but that was actually somewhat of a... I'm not sure it was tricky. It was just kind of a little bit more challenging 40 for sure, with no space in front. Let us deliver our tomatoes, see how much money we've got, and then wrap this one up here. Fuel consumed, 7 hours and 33 minutes. 6,600 euros, 350 experience. Yes, level 4. We are still a newbie. Let's continue on. Let's add in one of ADR, because I think that's going to give us a greater variety of deliveries to make. And with that, we have completed our delivery of tomatoes to London. Next time, we will start heading up towards Ireland, cutting across the western part of England. I'll put a link to the next episode as soon as it's ready. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a great day.